Welcome back to the C Word Podcast. I'm Nick. We got Rissa and Jake here with us, and we're going to be talking about the Titanic today.
Sailing the sea.
Sailing the sea out of big old Atlantic.
So we all know the Titanic sank in 1912, but was it actually the Titanic, or was it its twin sister, the Olympic, that was sunk for insurance money? That's a question.
I mean, how familiar do these two look?
It says that the Olympic was the slightly older sister, built alongside and launched in 1910, and it was nearly identical to the Titanic except for minor details such as the number of portholes on the forward sea decks of the ships and the spacing of the windows. That was the only difference. And many of the most famous people who had tickets called in sick that they were not going, as in like the top people. Obviously many famous top people were on the ship when it went down, but this one guy was said to call in sick and was found gambling in New York that night at parties, so he obviously knew something.
Interesting.
Yeah. I just read this one. It's called Fire and Coal Bunker. Basically, like the coal bunker is like where you shovel in the coal to make it go faster. Back in those days, you had power ships like that, and if there's too much in there, it's gonna like combust into a big old fire. You know what I mean? And it says 10 days prior to the ship's departure, there was a big fire in there because there was so much they're like shoveling in and everything, and
Trying to get ready.
yeah, trying to get ready for the takeoff. And then some people theorize that because there was too much, and then there's also too much that they had to move it up to another level, so they have two different different areas, doubling down on it. So they say that the ship was going too fast, and it just accelerated the collision into the iceberg, and it made it so they couldn't turn as fast. You know what I mean? Because if the ship's going like a certain speed at one direction straight towards it, a big cruise like that, or whatever you want to call it, it's not gonna just turn like on a dime. You know what I mean? It's gonna need a little bit, and it makes it harder when that stuff's burning like that. And,
It right here. Since the ship's owners could have simply damaged the ship while being docked by setting a fire and collected the insurance money, and that accident would have been far less severe.
So it wasn't the ice.
I don't think I mean, a lot of people say that it was the iceberg, but how do you not see an iceberg that big in front of you?
especially.
Unless you want it to crash.
I mean, they can't really like control an iceberg.
No shit, they
Yeah.
control the boat.
Exactly. But no, I mean like so that like the iceberg isn't like it's like a natural thing, so it would be a good cover up.
Yeah, it would be. It's like a natural disaster. Oh, everyone feels bad for the Titanic that sank, but in reality, they just wanted the insurance money. Do you think they cared about anybody on that ship? They wouldn't even
They didn't care about the money.
They didn't let the poor people on the safety boats, the lifeboats.
They didn't even let them leave.
They
just
literally
stayed
made
on.
them stay and die. So it was all about the money. They only let the top percent of the people go. That's how it's always been.
Yeah. No one cares about anybody else. Everyone, and it's always been like that. Really, like they should just say like even like back in like the old days, people were just trading rocks for sticks and stuff. Everyone just cares about themselves and money.
It says right here, according to Gardner, the central turbines mountings and bent the Neil, giving the ship a slightly permanent list port. I don't really know what that means, but I guess this is for the Olympic. The Olympic, not the Titanic. That's the boat that we think was switched with the Titanic to sink because it was already going bad. They were nearly identical, and this boat was already going to need fixed and need all of that money. So what better way than to switch it, sink it, get the insurance money, and then you have the real Titanic that's in perfect condition and all of the insurance money.
But then what did they do with that real Titanic?
I don't know exactly what they would have done with the Olympic. That's the twin sister to the Titanic.
But I mean, what's the point? I mean, I get it that they would sink that, but
Because why would you want to sink the brand new?
What would you do with the Olympic though? You would sail it somewhere?
No, the Olympic is okay. So they're saying that the Titanic sank, and the Olympic was the twin sister that was almost breaking down, basically. I'm saying that they switched those so that they could already sink the one that's breaking down and get money for it like it's the brand new one. So then they have a brand new one and the money.
Yeah, what I'm saying is like, why wouldn't they, instead of having the whole Titanic in the first place, just sail out with the Olympic?
Because people would know they would die. Everyone's going there for the Titanic. It's not for the cruise. It's for that ship specifically.
People would know that there's like stuff wrong with it or anything or need it fixed.
Well,
People would just
they
be trying
can't.
to get it.
They can't put
right.
people on a boat like that on purpose.
Well, they sunk it on purpose, obviously.
Well, yeah, but that was a secret.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Goes both ways.
What are your thoughts?
Well, I think it could have been prevented. I think there could have been a nice ship that we could all sail on still today.
Yeah.
Maybe there still is out there. No,
Probably.
The pirates are ruthless.
Yeah, for real. Imagine a pirate driving around on the Titanic.
It could be hidden somewhere.
And they say, oh, this is like a...
Only 70.
Yeah, exactly. I was
Less
just going to say that. 7% of the
yeah.
ocean.
No, we only know 5% of the ocean.
Yeah, there's 7% that we don't know. 70 or 95 apparently.
Yeah. We
Well,
have only
yeah.
discovered 5% of the ocean.
I was just gonna
Oh,
say, like a little flash forward to the next episode about the
Yeah.
ocean, right?
Conspiracies on the ocean.
And the Titanic could be anywhere in the ocean. It could be.
It
literally
is. They
in the
found
ocean
it.
right now.
They found the Titanic, like the
real one.
sinkage of it.
Oh, the Olympic.
Yeah, they found the boat that sank. Allegedly,
Yeah,
the
whichever boat
allegedly
sank.
Titanic, really Olympic. They found it at the bottom. It's
I'm
just.
saying-
I'm pretty sure it's just too deep to get down to.
Well, no,
But they did
I
locate
I
it.
saw some footage of like a little submarine. It
Yeah,
wasn't-
photos like they could
but-
send a
but-
thing
but no,
down
but they
there.
were like down there.
Oh, really?
At the bottom.
We're gonna have to look into that
People down there.
I think so.
because I know that they know where it is. It's like found.
Oh yeah.
That's like a thing.
Anyway, but like what I'm saying is like the one that they didn't sink, whichever one that could be, it could be anywhere. It literally could be sitting in the ocean right now at any part of it, and you wouldn't even
Yeah.
know.
I mean, imagine what else is out
Just
there.
docked, yeah. Some mermaids. We'll figure it out next week.
Thank you for listening to the C Word podcast. We'll see you next week.